Hello and welcome back to another episode of Nerd BS. We are on episode 40 and it is July 27th, 2022. I'm joined today by a couple guys, one more than normal. Let's see. Well, I guess we'll start with Chris, our guest today. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you guys bringing me in and bringing me into the fold. This is, I think, my second time on Nerd BS, so I'm excited. I think I was around for episode maybe 15-ish, so it's been a while.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I'm glad to be back.
Well, it's nice. It's good to have you back, and it sounds like Kyle spoke up there. How you doing there, Kyle?
Yeah, you know me. I'm going to jump in. I'm doing well. I didn't realize the date because I'm at the tail end of my summer vacation. So thanks for
Oh
reminding me.
yeah. I just went down to. I took my son to get his high school classes all set up.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me about it.
He's in high
Interesting.
school?
He's in high school.
Wow. Okay. Well, other than my age, I'm doing well.
I don't think any of us can stop that. And Tomas is over here, the author.
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, what's up? Sorry.
I'm Alan. So how is everybody doing? I mean, like, you guys playing anything cool or anything recently?
Cool?
Yeah, nothing stupid here. We want only the coolest.
I started God of War. I think we talked about that in our last episode.
We did talk about it. I downloaded it and I didn't even start it.
Wait, which one? The new one or the old? The new one's not out yet.
Right? Not the new one. The latest one, 2018.
You scared me a little bit there, dude. I was like, shit, what have I missed?
Well, come on. You know, I'm so far behind as far as like gaming goes.
Because you stay on that Switch often. Way too much time on the Switch, man.
Because I can lay in bed and play it. That's why. I don't have to.
Oh man, a lazy gamer missing out on all the good content out there.
If I could bring the PlayStation 5 into the bed,
you'd be divorced.
Well, exactly. That's why. Exactly. That's why it hasn't happened.
The worst type of gamer, the married lazy gamer.
Well, that's me.
Well, I played through Stray. Did anybody play through Stray?
No, but
it was it was the hot buzz right now. Like, everybody was talking about it for a minute, and I think everybody kind of stopped after they beat it.
Yeah,
it's on my birthday list. I want it. It looks. I think it looks fun to run around as a cat for a little while.
But I hear the game is short.
It's very short, yeah. It took me about 6 hours, but I also was like hunting for all the little secrets and stuff. But you could easily plow through that thing, and like, I think there was achievement for 2 hours in beating it. So very short.
Is it just like a trial run for a company, or is this like a?
I don't think so. It seemed like a full-fledged title. It's a kind of a budget title. I think it's what, $30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is only $30. I just think it's something they missed the mark. I feel like it could have been more to it. When you tell me there's an achievement for beating their game in 2 hours, I'm like, that. I don't know. I don't know. Something about something.
They definitely like gained that popularity, like you said, Alan. Like, everyone wants to be the cat.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the fact that is an achievement. Like, maybe make a sequel soon.
Yeah, it's curious. I'm curious to see where they're going to take it. It is also available on the PlayStation Plus Extra. I think the second tier. So if you have that as well, or if you just want to dive into that and play it for, whatever that costs. I think I paid $31 to upgrade mine, and I didn't even buy the game. I just put it through the extra service, which I am actually very happy for the simple fact, like Chris just said, it's short. And so I'm kind of glad I just went that route so I can try that service out.
So are you not buying games anymore now that you have this?
It's not my 100% plan, but at the moment I have no intention on buying anything. I can't think of anything I want to go out for.
What tier did you get?
I went all the way for the premium because I decided if I was going to do it, which only cost me it was like $31, and I have it all the way through January
to upgrade it.
Yeah, to upgrade it to the premium. I figured I'd give the the retro games a shot as well, just to see how this this whole thing plays out. And it was
That does
about the same
seem
price as buying Stray, so yeah,
that does seem like a good trial run. Like you said
exactly.
till January, like the end of the year,
Yeah, I have it till
basically.
January. Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you don't have to pay for it again. So
Nope. Yeah, and I'll probably go back to the regular. But so far, I
yeah, you
mean,
never know.
I'm enjoying it.
Well,
There's
earlier
no,
you said you were curious, though, right, about what they're going to do with the game. You know what they say about curiosity and
yeah.
cats.
Oh
I would,
my.
I played
Oh,
that
the
game. I
dad
threw through the
jokes.
portion of that game
The dad
thinking
joke.
that maybe you can't die, and then there's a portion part of the game where you die, and I'm like, oh, I guess you can.
I'm gonna fucking walk if you do another joke like that, man.
Is it just 9 lives you get in that game,
Stop.
or
What?
Oh
That would be
no.
good.
No.
Can we
Uh,
mute this man's mute his mic? Oh jeez.
that sounds like that would be an interesting achievement, though. Beat the game within 9 lives. Um,
yeah, if they really wanted to go full meme status?
all right. Well, we'll get our social stuff out of the way, and then we'll move into some other topics here. If you want to get in touch with us on Twitter, we have at nerd_bs. We have my Twitter at scadmatrix. We have our email at nerdbackstory@gmail.com. Contact any of those, and you can ask to join our Discord, and we'd love to have you. Where we talk all about all sorts of stuff on there. Why don't we go with Kyle first this time?
Yeah, you can find me at Skybossin or Skybossin Video Games on Instagram and YouTube. I'm on the tube, so
On the
check.
tube. Yeah, I haven't seen any of your videos on the tube yet. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, there's nobody really watches them, but I'm there.
Hey,
It's exciting. It's growing.
awesome. All right. What about you, Tomas? What do you got?
I have my Twitter and my Instagram, which are TomasFDiaz86, both of them. And I also have a website, TomasFDiaz.com. That's where I put all my stories and most of my stuff about, when my book will hopefully be coming out and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah,
When it
that's
drops.
awesome. And you already were gonna. You already. Am I allowed to say what you're doing on your off time
Yeah,
while
sure.
waiting
You
for
you
every?
can
Oh, yeah. You
yeah.
already work on your sequel. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
what?
I'm
Read his other
already
book whenever it comes out, and yeah, it's just there's more incoming, is what I'm understanding. And,
yeah.
and of course, last but not least, Chris, where do you hang out on this social web?
Yes, everything and anything with me is K-Bizzle4 Gaming. That is YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, the whole nine, Twitch. It's all there. K-Bizzle4 Gaming. So that's where you can find me. I would say Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to midnight. Now that we're back at work, or like Kyle said, the summer's over. So
Yeah.
you got to go
Yeah.
back to the grind schedule. Late nights, early mornings.
Oh. Yeah, I catch him on Twitch every once in a while, and I could feel that ban button. Just the
Just
finger
just
is
waiting.
itching. Yeah, all the crap I say in there.
That sounds fun.
I'm not. I'm kidding. It's fun.
You
He's
get
got a good
the
channel.
family pass. You get a bit of a you get some leeway. Maybe a timeout first,
Yeah.
then a stern talking to at work, and then then maybe the ban hammer. So there's a progression. You have a progression.
The timeouts. Yeah, that's why you guys don't say anything when I'm chatting in there.
If you don't make eye contact, he'll just go away. Right? Just don't look at him. Don't address him. He'll leave. I promise.
Nice. All right. Well, I guess we'll start with I saw Nope today. Did you guys know about Nope?
Nope.
Maybe
That,
nope.
I wasn't gonna do it,
Good
Tomas.
answer. Good answer.
And you have to flag for the cat
Set that
stuff.
one up. Yeah.
Hey, we all get one, man. We all get
Okay.
one. Come on.
Yeah, fair enough.
It was the
I've,
new Jordan Peele horror movie that came out previous
Is it-
to Get Out and Us.
Is it horror or thriller or both?
Oh, it's horror. Yes, it's
Okay.
definitely horror. I mean, maybe thriller, but really, they do a really good job at
'Cause
the
Get Out
horror
wasn't-
aspect.
Get Out wasn't so much horror.
That was more like a psychological horror, which I think still worked really well. It's been like psychological, and then Slasher was Us, and then this current one was like a sci-fi horror. So I don't know if that's intentional or if it was just kind of how he went. But I mean, I'm not gonna give anything away, but I thought it was a really good horror movie if you want to see a horror movie. Everybody acted wonderfully, and yeah, it had a really nice twist, if you say, towards the end, which
Yeah,
was which caught me off guard.
I've only seen Get Out, but that one definitely had a lot of twists
Yeah.
in it, and I enjoyed it. The only way I got away with seeing that is that I told my wife we were watching a romantic comedy, and
That's a good way to
Wow.
start it. I think you told me about that because that is a
Jeez.
it does
it
feel that way
starts
through like
That's a
almost half
hard
the
sell.
movie, and then it just
That's
turns
a hard
around on
sell.
you.
even
That is a
she,
hard sell.
I know. Well, she caught on. I think I started like I didn't let the intro start or even the name of the title start. I just like jumped right into the movie, and it starts out like a rom com, but then I think they like hit a deer like
Yeah,
on
at some
their
point.
like road
I
trip.
watched it
Yeah, and
all.
it's like she's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" It's like it's not funny anymore. I was like, It's fine. It'll get there."
It will come back. It will come back.
Right.
Yeah,
It circles back, right? It circles back. I
Yeah.
promise.
and boy does it. So I don't think I'll be watching that one until it's
I mean, yeah,
available to
maybe wait
stream.
till it's out of the. Yeah, I would probably, especially for somebody who doesn't like a horror movie, I would probably wait for it to stream. But I wanted to see it in theaters because I missed Us in theaters. Actually, the only reason I even saw Get Out was my brother just got tickets for like an early showing,
Mm.
and he was like, whoever was gonna go with him canceled on him. So he just was like, "Hey, you want to just go see this movie with me out in LA?" I was like, "Sure." And I really enjoyed it. So now I've seen this one.
Yeah,
So
but you
that's
drove
all.
all the way out to LA for it.
I mean, I didn't drive out. He was going
Well,
out. I just went with him.
yeah, yeah.
It was some sort of Philip DeFranco event. I think is what it was all
Yeah.
connected. But
Did
anyways,
you like the Us movie? Did you like that one?
yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay, I haven't seen that one
Did you
either.
not? Did you not like it?
I just haven't seen it. It looked too
Oh,
slash. Too. I don't do
it's
slashers.
it's definitely a slasher for sure.
Yeah,
That's
I can't do
lots of
that.
slasher stuff. It has a very similar. I mean, they all kind of have a similar vibe. I think this current one kind of starts pretty quick though, compared to the other two, which isn't different but good. But yeah, I definitely go check it out if you like horror movies. Uh, it's definitely a different type of horror movie for sure.
Mhm.
And we talk about Dungeons and Dragons a lot in this cast, so I figured we'd bring up the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. There's been a lot of talk about a Dungeons and Dragon movie coming out, and we finally got just a trailer just dropped 6 days ago, and all my tabletop groups, everybody was kind of talking about it for a while. I don't know if you guys saw the trailer at all, or
Yeah,
are
I
you,
saw it.
are you
Is that
curious at all?
Chris
Uh,
Pine? Is that Chris Pine in it?
It's one of the Chris's.
What
Not
is it?
definitely not me. It's not. I'm not in the movie, Tomas.
Just
That's not me. No.
some dude named Chris is definitely in it though.
I
I,
don't
I
know.
saw the trailer when I saw the outline. I kind of just took a peek at it. Is
Uh-huh.
it me or is it? What are they?
What are they doing? I don't know.
No, I mean, I get Dungeons and Dragons. I understand it. I played the games, never really the tabletop. But I guess the direction, does it seem like it was kind of being like more of like a comedy, not necessarily a comedy, but like what are they trying to achieve?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I
that
didn't know if it was
was
gonna be serious. Like I was just kind of weird. I was like, this is interesting take.
that's kind of how I felt as well. I was on the same impression of just like I don't know where this is going. Is it going to be serious? Is it going to be comedy? It does seem more comedy, but they really got to be careful with the comedy because we all saw what happened when they made a Dungeons and Dragons movie in the
Mhm.
past. I don't know if you guys saw that. I know a couple of you, at least Tomas did,
Yep,
Yeah.
I've
but it
seen
was
it.
definitely it was like a comedy set in a fantasy world, and I
Yeah,
mean they really got to try to pull back on that a little bit just because I don't think they want to do the same route again because that one didn't succeed.
yeah. I
Oh,
Uh,
almost, I almost
oh,
got like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kyle.
I was just gonna make a joke that old one succeeded in my heart.
yeah,
Uh,
right.
now that one, well,
I always
but
want to go back and watch it just to see like if it was as bad as I remember it. But usually, what ends up happening is yes, it's actually
Yes,
probably
it's
worse
that.
than I remember it.
worse. Yeah.
For me personally, I don't know. I kind of got this. I agree with you guys in that. I think it's pushing towards the comical route. I kind of got the idea that it was going to be similar to I don't know, like Jumanji or Jungle
Mm,
Cruise or
Yeah,
something
that
like
is
that.
true. We've gotten a
yeah.
couple board games like Jumanji, other
Yeah.
Jumanji games that have come out, or movies that have come out that they've been comedies, but they've been done well.
Yeah.
So I
Hmm.
mean, this could be a potential
So I'm
like that.
hoping
I
it's
mean,
I'm hoping it's done well, but yeah, I won't lie. There was a bit of me that was just kind of like, I don't know what the hell is happening right now in this. Like, it's
It is Chris
like,
Pine, by the way, the dude from
all
the
right,
Wonder Woman movies.
okay, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
he is kind of like, and he did like the Captain Kirk
Hmm.
remakes of the new Star Trek movie. So he's kind of that like a little goofball
Yeah, yeah.
ish.
But he also typically does more kind of action style as well. So yeah, I think it's gonna go kind of that comedy action avenue.
I hope it, at least I hope it balances it well. I mean, I know there's been a lot of people that have been clamoring for the Dungeons and Dragons to take itself way more seriously, like be a Lord of the Rings type feel. But I don't think Dungeons and Dragons should go that far either, because I just don't think it's there. I think anybody who has played Dungeons and Dragons in a you know, a consistent basis would know that while there are serious moments, I mean, the majority of the time you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, you're just literally having fun and joking with your friends. So
Yeah.
it can't be too serious, is what I'm
Here,
getting at.
here's my, I guess, just thought about it is that Dungeons and Dragons is kind of what you make of it too, right? Like you get
For
to
sure, yeah.
dictate the story or like where your character goes at least. Maybe not the story so much, but you kind of get to, right? It's almost
Yeah,
like
no,
choose your own
a good
adventure.
DM will do a story that involves everybody. Everybody's creating their own part of the story for sure.
Yeah.
Right. So then you just make a movie titled Dungeons and Dragons where it's just like a story where you don't get to pick anything. I think you're losing out on the part of Dungeons and Dragons that makes it unique, right? Like, well,
It's,
do I get
it's
to pick
valid.
what happens?
That's
Which
yeah, a
Netflix
choose your
did
own
that.
adventure film. Yeah, didn't they? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did that with the Black Mirror episode. Did you guys watch
Yeah,
that? The Black Mirror episode where the
yeah,
choose your own adventure style.
yeah, I
Yeah,
did
that
They
was
it.
with a computer
also
programmer, right?
Yes,
You're
the
a video
computer
Yeah,
game,
program.
a computer or a video game programmer. You were making like a Dungeons and Dragons, like 8-bit game, right, or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I remember. Yeah,
I did
well, they
it when
also
I was like in the middle of a really bad flu. Like I had the flu, and I was like trying to make choices, and I kept
Mm.
dying, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I do that a lot.
But it was fun. I remember it being really fun.
Oh yeah, it was. I thought it was a good time, for sure. But
I
yeah,
just
but
think
the
it could be more like that, or an
and
experience more
people
than just watching it.
and I see a lot that people keep bringing up, like the Forgotten Realms and Dragonlance as well. But I would argue that those are their own, entities. I mean, they're connected to Dungeons and Dragons, but really that they have their own lore. And if they really want to do movies based on either of those, franchises, to just do that then, and not that it doesn't need to call it Dungeons and Dragons.
well
It can be
Yeah.
their own thing.
the thing that puzzles me honestly is I'm kind of in the other ballpark with that, Alan. Like I think that they have they have the potential to have a really amazing show, a really amazing movie. All they need to do is take one of the writers that already writes for them and already has a strong following, take one of his works, adapt it properly. Don't do any of this Aragon crap. Um, but like give him give him due justice on his movie or on his show, and I think you could have something amazing. So in the same sense that I understand what you're saying about Dungeons and Dragons and it being a choose your own thing and something like that, it that's fine and all, and I'm still probably going to watch the movie either way, I won't lie. But I
Oh yeah,
would
I'm
be
gonna watch it for
much
sure.
but I would be much more excited if they were saying like, "Oh, we're going to do the Dark Elf trilogy." Like, well, crap. I would be in that seat so fast.
I
Like,
see.
I,
Yeah.
yeah, well, you're talking about Drizzt, right? The whole thing.
yeah.
My only issue with that is like, people know what Dungeons and Dragons is, but I don't think I I would argue that while there are a lot of people who know what that is, I don't think enough people know what that is to matter.
Well, no,
Yeah, and
that's why I'm
I would agree
saying
with that.
that's why I'm saying you put the two, you kind of put the two more together. You put the Dungeons and Dragons label on a
Yeah.
movie that they own the rights to because they own the Forgotten Realms, and then
Well,
you sell a great story, and then bam,
well,
you have
maybe if
repeat
this does well, that
customers.
is something they can
Yeah,
look into. Is
yeah,
like
and that's
going into the mainly the Forgotten Realms report. I mean, they just got Dragonlance back, right, or something like
mhm.
that. There's some sort of issue that they just like is a big deal that they kind of got it back.
and
So I'm
and
curious.
I did notice too in like the opening credits, there's a big Hasbro sign.
Oh yeah, of course. I
So,
mean, Hasbro owns Dungeons and Dragons, so
yeah. So,
uh,
but I'm just saying this one I also have a little bit of hope for, and I know this sounds terrible, but it's the honest truth. Sometimes, well, no, it's not the honest truth because there are rare occasions, but sometimes a good movie just needs a little bit more money. And Hasbro, I don't think Hasbro has a problem with putting money on the table. So,
yeah,
You
I
got
agree.
Hasbro money, bro.
Yeah,
like
Hasbro
Dungeons and
money.
Dragons,
Yeah,
you got that
uh,
Hasbro?
Total cash.
top,
Yeah,
top notch podcast, everyone. Top notch here.
yeah, we try our best. But that was that's unless anybody else wants to say anything about Dungeons and Dragons, we can move on to video games, which is something we do all do on our spare time. Most
Indeed.
importantly, that came out 2 days? No, yesterday. Yesterday, Multiverses came out in full beta access, free access. So everybody who has a PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox, all the Xboxes, I don't know anymore, and PC. Uh,
Oh, and
Multiverses
PC.
is out, so you can play, and it's cross play, cross save. Uh, it's
Nice.
this,
That's smart.
yeah. So it's
Mhm.
a solid. People like to say Smash clone, but I guess it's a platform fighter, is what is trying to get pushed right now. So people stop saying
Oh,
it's a Smash clone.
I don't like that at all.
You know,
Platform
You don't like
fighter?
Platform Fighter?
you
No,
like
that,
platform fighter.
no, I get it. There's got to be a better name. There's got to be a better name than
Well,
platform
they're trying. I think they're
fighter.
trying to break away from Smash clone because that's all
I,
anybody wants
yeah,
to call
I
anything like that
get
is that
that.
style.
Well, because then Nintendo's just gonna shut it down if you
Yeah,
if you put that in
yeah.
print. Oh, you said Smash Bros. This is all
Yeah, we
done.
own that now. Yep, we own that now. He used it. We own it.
For sure, for sure.
He coined that term, so we
I've
definitely own you now.
I've been playing it for a bit. It's been pretty fun. I've been playing mainly Finn. They gave out Finn, some person from
From Adventure
Steven
Time, Finn?
Universe. Yeah, Average Time Finn. Finn the human.
Some person from
Some
Adventure.
person from a Steven Universe. I don't know Steven Universe. I can't remember her name. It's
Garnett.
the spectral person.
Yes.
Who is
Yeah, it's
it,
Garnett.
Chris?
I think they gave up Garnett. It's one of the crystal gems.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah,
Yeah. It's one of the
Oh, see,
superheroes from the show.
that's why we brought you in.
there you
You gotta
go.
know, hey man, you work with the kids, you gotta know a little bit of everything. Right?
Yeah,
You
that's true.
gotta dip a toe in every pool. You don't have a choice anymore. I just
Yeah,
don't have a
I've
choice.
been
I
meaning to
gotta
watch
know.
Steven Universe as well. From what I've heard, it's pretty good. Uh, they also have a dog character that is unique to this game. It was created for this game.
It's not
Wonder Woman was
Scooby?
given away for free,
Yeah, I saw the dog
and
characters free.
Superman was free as well. So those are the only ones that are available right away. But you can actually either purchase one of the founders packs or save up gold coins by playing the game and purchase other characters. So I'm actually looking to purchase Jake the dog soon, but I just haven't done it yet. Um, but other than that, it's my only main issue with it is it's pretty bare bones. Like you have like
Mhm.
I think a cast of like 11 characters, maybe a little more. Uh, there's can't be only a handful of levels.
Mm.
So you're going to be seeing the same levels over and over again. I think there's probably about five. Uh,
Yeah,
so
This
it's
is the beta, right? This
this
isn't
it does they are calling it a beta, that is for sure, but it is like
Yeah.
it's out.
It's their open
Um,
wow.
beta,
Okay.
so
supposedly.
the good news for them is that they're done with Smash. Like they're not going to make any more Smash Bros. And not
Hmm.
anytime soon if they do continue it. But so now like the market's open, right, for it.
Yeah.
So even though
yeah,
it's very little, it's still a good
they're not
time to
don't
do it.
wait. why do you keep saying? Are they really done with Smash Brothers? Like, are you? Did they say that? I mean, I just don't
Yeah,
feel like
they're
No,
not
that was
adding to it.
I don't
that
believe
was
it.
said.
Well, are they done with
They're not
Smash Bros.
adding to it.
This current one?
That's what I meant.
Oh,
But
okay,
and
sorry.
they're not going to come out with a new one anytime soon because they just finished that one.
For sure. I mean, I
So
guess, but I
I mean,
think the
is it?
main thing this does have for fighter fans out there. This does have the rollback networking, which is what the majority of like popular fighter games use, which is something that Smash Bros. Didn't have. So the networking is much more keen on a fighting game, which is from what I'm understanding, a big deal. I'm not a huge fighter, but that's what I keep hearing. So,
Hmm.
and
But
I've
you,
played on my internet, and it's actually been pretty. I haven't had too many issues so far, and I have pretty bad internet.
yeah, you got that mountain internet.
Yeah. So
Isn't
I
that
don't know.
stuff
What do you guys
beamed
think?
in from
You guys
space?
interested in trying it out? What was that, Chris?
I said, isn't the you said that Mount Internet? Isn't that stuff beamed in from space? Isn't that how that works out there
Used
Not
on the
quite,
to
but
be.
I used to have
Satellite.
that.
moon? I've been interested in playing it. Like I said, I stream, so I do pop in from my streamer friends, and I'll see them playing it and things like that. And I'm just not a big fighter game like person. So many people go in and they go in like training modes and they learn combos and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I just want to go and be a casual and just have a good time, but it feels like that
Yeah,
game is on that brink of just becoming like Super
Yeah,
Smash Brothers. It just
and
too
you're
much.
not wrong, and I think that that's a valid point. And they don't even have right now. They don't even have like competitive mode, which is kind of a big deal because that means everybody is going to be playing the casual mode. And so even if you want to play
mhm.
casual, like right now, it's not so bad. But yeah, give it a little bit of time, and it's gonna get bad. They need to add a competitive mode,
Well,
ranked
like
mode,
a
whatever you
ranked
want to
mode,
call it.
yeah,
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 ranked
yeah,
mode.
yeah.
So kind of
Yeah,
weeds those people over to that section. So it leaves the casual mode for more casual people.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
like
I'm the
Basically,
same
to
oh,
break
way.
the
I'm not
sweats.
a huge fighter game either, but the platform fighters usually pique my interest.
Don't, no, I'm not calling it that.
yeah,
What
like
You
for
were you
wanna?
gonna
me,
say, Tomas? What do you got?
I was just
Sorry.
gonna say, like for me personally, like I know what Chris is talking about. I know what you're talking about, Alan, because I used to love to play Tekken up at your place, Alan. I used to love playing it with my friend Steven and stuff. Always used to really love that stuff. Got Tekken 7, I think it is, that came out for the PS4. I can't remember which one it was.
I don't
And
know anymore.
Tekken
I
7,
was
6 or
I
7.
don't know. Yeah, something like that. And I go online and I was like, I'm pretty good with
Oh,
my guys. I can do this.
Oh
Man,
no!
I
Oh
rocked
no!
over and over and over and over. I was just like, this is not even happening.
Yeah,
This is not real.
did you even have an arcade stick controller? Yeah,
I don't
I didn't think so. So
no, man, I'm just sitting there with my little controller. Like, come on.
you're playing with that's such a noob. Noob.
are you even directly connected? Or are you going off Bluetooth? Because I
Uh-huh.
mean, right there will give you problems.
Oh, was that why I was getting juggled all the time? Because I was like,
Input
I'd
lag.
push a
It's
button.
input lag. Yeah, definitely
Input
input
lag,
lag.
yeah.
It's a thing.
That's what
It's
I
definitely
say.
a thing. Yeah, it's a thing.
I've
Input
watched
lag.
those crazy fighting documentaries and crap, watching how serious everybody takes it. It does get pretty rough, especially with a game like Tekken too. That's even Tekken
Yeah.
and Street Fighter. Those games because
Street Fighter.
the
Oh
kits,
man.
Mhm.
yeah, they stay similar enough. So if they're good at the previous one, you're gonna be good at the next one.
Yep. Yep.
So
Oh my gosh. Yes. Ugh.
Oh
yeah,
man, I remember. Yeah, I remember going over to my buddy's house when I was a kid. I'd bike my ass there, get there, just get my butt whooped over and over again to go home. Then I'd do it again the next day.
Yeah, dude.
it's
I think I've told this story about Marvel versus Capcom 2 specifically,
Oh,
where I thought I was like you said, like I thought it was good. I played for like 3 months straight. Like that's the only game I played. I loved it. And then at the time I went to GameWorks when the GameWorks was
mhm.
still a thing, and I sat down. No, there's nobody there. It's like middle of the day, nobody even like around. I sit down and this guy pops out of nowhere and challenges me. I'm like, oh, hey dude, what's up? And just annihilates me and then leaves. Like,
Mhm.
doesn't continue playing, just beats me and then leaves,
Just a
and I'm like
dominance thing at that point.
and
It's just
and it's
just to
it
let you know.
happened yeah, and it happened multiple times. Like, "Okay, I'm not good. I get it. I'm not good at this game. Thought I was. I still
No,
like it."
no, that happened to me at this little pizza parlor we used to go. Me and my friend, we were like 11 and like 9 or something like that. This dude's like, I don't know, 18. We thought he was like 30, but he's probably like 18. And he comes up, and this dude would come over. He'd wait for for either me or my buddy to lose, right? He'd walk over, put his quarter in, just beat the crap out of us, and then
Mhm.
just like stand there and wait for one of us to like join in. And it's like, I'm not wasting my quarter on this. This is ridiculous.
There's
Like,
no way. Yeah, I can't beat you.
It's a trap. I've seen a trap before. This is a trap. I've
yeah,
seen this before. You work for this establishment, sir. You're supposed to be taking our quarters. You work here. You're an
Yeah.
employee.
this is supposed to be fun for us kids.
No,
Yeah, so we'll have to definitely play some of that because that is free. I keep clamoring in the Discord to get some more people because
You do.
uh, one of the things is you can do is you can just play with your friends and stuff. You don't have to play with other people. So I mean, we can do like a 4 player versus and stuff like that without even messing with the online people.
Mhm.
The competitive people. So definitely something to look into for sure. I'm excited to give it a shot, and we'll have to play sometime soon. Um, I brought this one in here because we talked about this game recently. I think it was 2 episodes ago. We discussed KOTOR and
Ugh.
how Tomas should play it. And
Ugh.
then I brought up that well, the remake's coming out, so why
Yeah.
not wait for that?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunate news. Apparently, it's been in development for 3 years, and apparently
3
the
Wow.
god dang
early
years.
the early
3
build
years.
came out, and they
My,
tested it out. And from what I've been understanding, is apparently the whatever test they got, it was not very good, and so now they fired some art directors,
oh,
and it's
jeez.
potentially being moved to new studio. So currently, it is paused indefinitely. So
Wow.
Indefinitely.
yeah,
No, video
so
game purgatory. That's the worst.
It's bad.
yeah,
It's bad
Oh,
news.
yeah. When you
it's
hear games going into purgatory like that, you're like, oh my gosh, who's going to save it? Someone has to go in and save it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so
It
right
it
now we have no idea what's gonna
uh,
happen, which sucks because at least with
it
Metroid,
does.
when we got that terrible news about Metroid 4,
Mhm.
at least Nintendo was like straightforward that we are making it, and we have a new developer, but we're starting from square one again. This
Yeah.
time it's just like
Yeah.
nobody knows what's gonna happen.
Mm.
We have
The
no
yeah,
idea.
the only thing they got going for it is Star Wars. So, like,
True, one of the
Yeah.
somebody
best, biggest
might
Star Wars games of all time, I would argue. I
yeah,
mean, at
and
least
this
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
franchise
yeah.
itself. So someone is gonna see money in it and
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
hopefully pick it up. I can't
And
guarantee anything, but
PlayStation at currently, or I guess Sony is still publishing it, so they may push to get a new. Well, they already have a new developer that's looking into it right now, or was starting to work on it. I was trying to remember what name they go. Oh,
yeah.
Saber Interactive is the
Huh,
company.
of
The
course it
original
is.
company was Asper's, and now they're announcing that I guess Saber was starting to help them work on the game before this test came out, and then after this test came out, um, there's all sorts of information about them possibly taking over. But again, we don't know.
Yeah, I read that the Asper's company too doesn't have a good track record. Did I read
I don't
that
even know what
wrong?
they
As far
make,
as
to be
remakes
honest.
go? As far as, like, the remakes they've done and
What
yeah,
other games
I
have they done?
what's that?
What other games have they done?
Yeah, I forgot to read
Oh,
that
okay.
part. It just I saw that and people commenting like, "Yeah, the other games they did were not good," and, it's
Mm.
just sad. So now, Tomas, you have to go play the original.
Oh my
There's
gosh, those graphics. Good luck.
Yeah, man.
Oh
I don't
my.
I
know if it.
replayed it, maybe a couple years ago now,
Mm.
but like I said, I had already played it, so I had that, like, "Oh, I love this nostalgia feeling."
So it
If
looks
you
like
never played it though,
Asper's.
Chris, it's yeah, you're right. It's gonna be
It's a great
tough.
game, but it is if you have issues with turn based, and yeah, if you have issues with Xbox graphics. There were Xbox One originally, the first Xbox, sorry.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
So
Good
it
old
is
days.
definitely old at this
Oh yeah.
point. But Asper's they actually worked on all of the remasters, the KOTOR remaster, the
Mm-hmm.
both of them, The Force Unleashed, Republic Commando, Star Wars Racer, and I guess some game called Myth Force, which I have no idea what that is. But those are the games they've apparently been working on in the
Well,
past, and which is
Force
funny
Unleashed was pretty
because
fun.
KOTOR 2, when that released, I think we talked about a little bit that that was released in a state where you literally you could not finish the game
Mm.
because the quest was broken.
It,
So if you had purchased it when it first came out, yeah, you were stuck.
it's certain storylines.
Was it
Yeah.
certain storylines? Was there more
Yeah,
Certain
you,
details?
units. Yeah.
it was, and it was just kind of uh, what's the word, junky, like
I was talking about the
glitchy.
remake. Are you talking about the original or the
The
remake?
remake, yeah, the remake was unplayable. Yeah,
Okay. I know
until they
because I know
patched it.
the original one was also had its issues, fair
The
share of
original one
issues.
wasn't finished either, though. It just had a lot of
No, it
bugs.
wasn't.
You could beat it, but it was glitchy. That's what
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
talking about.
It was
Okay.
painstaking.
Well, the remake or the remaster was also had those problems. At least far enough so that they had to make an apology on Twitter and talking about it that they're going to make an update and whatnot. You know, the whole spiel uh,
Hmm.
for that
Sorry
game.
for
So
giving
I
you the
was like, I'm
same
glad I didn't
exact
buy this
game
right
years
away.
later.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Apologies for giving you the
I hope
exact
they
same
fixed it
thing years
quicker than
later.
that.
My bad.
God, I hope
My
they
bad.
fixed it quicker than that because I was actually excited for that because I prefer the second one over the first for the story. So it would have been nice to have a more finished version of the second one to actually enjoy it better. But here we are. I'll have to check it out at some other time.
Let me
Uh,
ask you guys this about it. Do you think that they announced it too early to begin with? Because you said that it's been in
been
development
developed for
for
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely. I don't know why they announced it so early. I can only imagine they just want to get hype for the PS5. I mean, that's kind of what happened. Well, for me, for Kingdom Hearts, I remember Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced originally, like the PS3 was like coming out. And so I think I
Didn't
ended up
you
getting a
get?
PS3 at some point for Kingdom Hearts. So I'm wondering if maybe they were trying to get that audience.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you get like a special console for that? Like, I thought I remembered you getting
For
this.
Kingdom Hearts 3, yes, I did end up getting the PS4 edition, the PS4 console for it,
Hmm.
yes, when it finally came out, for sure.
Yeah, I think
Um,
you have to announce your game early, right? Maybe this was too early, but you still like you can't just announce it like, "Hey, it's coming
well,
out next week." But
they also announced it like before they had even seen any of the progress,
well,
apparently, or
that's what
they
I'm
hadn't
saying.
played
Yeah,
the original build. Yeah, so I'm
yeah,
agreeing with you. That's it's like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
but I think you have to figure out in this day and age how early is too early, right? Because we're
yeah.
learning that games take way longer to do, and
Give me a month, maybe
even
6 months to get hype. At that
I
point,
mean,
you're just making discs and doing
6 months.
patches.
6 months,
Mhm.
yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I mean, the other end of the spectrum. I don't know if you guys remember this when the Sega Saturn came out. Um, they they announced it and released it the same day, and that is it was like the worst move, one of the worst
Oh
moves Sega
yeah,
ever did. So like
oh
the other
yeah.
end of the spectrum is we made it, we didn't say anything until today, and
Yeah.
it's out today, and everyone's like, "What? No, I don't have
Mhm.
any money." Like,
Yeah, I think that can work. I think that can work with like free to play games and like big events. Like if they do a big event, if there's a big event going on and they announce a free to play the game, I think that works better because that's just like, and you can play it now. I think that's more like I think that's better than that. But I don't know.
yeah,
I think I agree. There needs to be some sort of hype for the game because like
you have to hype it
multiverses, there was a hype for sure.
up. I think if they if they had waited and this had all happened behind the scenes, they could have just said like they could, if another company took over, like, hey, it's they could announce it now, or wait a year.
Mhm.
But now it's like now you just
That was
dash
just
all our hopes.
disappointment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh well. Well, that's where we're at, and hopefully it comes out someday because I would like to see Kotar get a good nice coat of paint
Agreed.
to make it. Yeah,
For the
it's a
next
game that
gen.
deserves it. And I think Chris here wanted to talk about our Arcadegeddon. Is that am I saying that correctly?
You are. You're saying that perfectly. That's flawless. Points to you.
Excellent.
Yes, nice. Yes, it's a just a third
Don't inflate
person.
his ego. Don't. Don't.
It's a great game. I kind of just stumbled upon it by accident. Like I said earlier in the like the pre-chat before went live, is that I had turned on my PS5 in over a year. So we were just kind of looking for something
Dang.
new. Me, my brother, and I were kind of looking for something new, and we're looking through the PS Shop, and we're like, oh man, I forgot I had this subscription. I have a bunch of free games I can play on my PlayStation. Let me just start looking through, see what I can find, and we see like this third person, roguelike shooter, and we're like, what is this game? It's brand new. It was only like out for a week. Fired it up and just fell in love. You just drop in. It's PVE. There's a little bit of party game aspect in it too. So you're playing against your partner to like outscore them because it's like you're playing in an arcade game. So it's just a lot of fun components where you can just drop in and just kind of run and gun. It's and the music is phenomenal. I think the soundtrack
Mm.
holds it alone. Sometimes when you're playing a game and the music kind of gets dreary, or you just want to turn it off because it's annoying, but that music is almost like you want to turn that up and turn everything else off. Like it just kind of gets you in a mode, because you'll do a run and it'll take like an hour and a half. Right, you're just going through a run after stage. So it's a game that is really, really, I think, is a diamond in the rough if you want to have some fun with a good teammate and just get after it.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah. It does look
Yeah.
really cool. I forgot that. Yeah, I didn't even realize until you said PlayStation, but I think this PlayStation Plus, because I think this came out right as the free game for this month. Or was it last month?
Yes.
This month.
This month, yes.
Cool.
Well,
Yeah, it
still
looks
in
really
July.
cool. I'm watching the trailer right now. It looks kind of gives me like a Splatoon vibe almost.
Hmm.
Yeah, I could see that style with the art style too as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I mean, definitely
What
don't
is
have the painting or anything. It's totally different style. It's like a third person shooter, but it's the only thing that's similar. But it does look really good in the music. Yes, for sure. I can
what do you
totally
guys
see
think
that.
about the art style on it? Do
I
you
think it
like
looks good.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
good. It's
It's
different. I think they did a
clean.
good job. Yeah, that's another word. That's a good word for it. It's very clean. Simple, it's clean. They have a lot of customization in the game too as well, which also stays clean and simple, but you have that individuality to change your character up. So it's not too simple, but it still says, like you said, it stays clean, very sharp lines, and it's just like it
Yeah.
doesn't want to take away from the gameplay, but the art style fits with it because it's almost like you're in the Matrix, right? You tap in to this
Mm.
this game, right? Like you're a kid that goes into the arcade and try to help his uncle save his arcade. So you kind of just like put on your headset and you get digitized into the game. So you're playing like an avatar. So it's the idea behind it's really, really cool. So
I like that it's co-op too. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, more co-op games. I
we
want some
need
more
more
games with
co-op
other
games,
people
yes,
for
that
sure.
are not competitive, right? Like where I can just sit and
Yes.
do an objective together. We don't have to be against each other. But like I said, there is still parts and components where it's like who got the most headshots, who killed the
Right.
most enemies. So there's a little bit like at the end where they kind of do like a bar graph, like who did more, and you
Mhm.
kind of like, oh, this person got the high score this round. So you're not necessarily competing against each other, but there's still like that when you're
Yeah.
playing, you're like, oh man, I gotta get in front of my teammate. I gotta get a couple more headshots. Gotta make sure I'm
Mhm.
taking out
Yeah.
these enemies. So, or I did the objective, or I found enough the more chests than they did. So the little bit of like older brother, little brother, kind of like second player, first player, kind of competition, but not enough to where he's like, dude, I want to quit because they're
Yeah.
so much better than me because I don't want to do
Yeah.
this anymore.
For sure.
But then that's the whole point of the big brother little brother. At
Is
least
to
that's what
drive
I
them to
remember.
quit?
Yes. You don't want to drive them to, but you still feel accomplished when you make them when it does happen.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. When you finally beat him on one stage, you kind of just look over and I'm just like, yeah, I got you. And the next, you get your butt kicked, and you still we got another one. It's like one out of every 12, you win one, and you're just like, yeah, badge of honor. I feel good. Feel real good about this.
Feels so good.
Nice. But yeah, I'll have to check it out now. And if you have PlayStation Plus, just grab it. I mean, might as well. I always say grab everything that they give you. Don't don't let anything go away. Uh, so we got a
Especially
little bit of
Sony.
what was that?
I said
Sony,
true, but just put it in your
yes,
library.
yeah, and
Yep.
Sony doesn't give away a lot of things for free, especially like their old content. Like you said, you got it
Hmm.
because you wanted more of the retro games. Take advantage of it now because they take that stuff away so fast when it comes to
Hmm.
PlayStation and Sony. They take away all that stuff very, very quickly. So I'm with you. Take advantage, get it now
Yeah, and you could get Crash
For sure.
4 as well.
Yep, that's this month as
Yep,
well.
it's
Hmm.
which is that's a good one. This is a good month, and the other
Yes,
one's Man of Medan or Medan, whatever, which I'll never play. It looks too scary, but I hear it's a good one.
for
The
sure.
Last of Us scared you, so it probably is too scary for you.
It's supposed to be scary. That's a zombie apocalypse.
Uh,
Last of Us 2 we're talking about. Okay.
Man, come on. Get
Did you guys even play it? Yeah, that's what I
get your
I
thought.
pants
didn't.
on. Get your pants on and go outside. Stop it.
It's
I mean,
happening in live.
I could have get past the first one, so I mean, I'm with you, Kyle.
I
Uh,
actually haven't played the second one. I only did the first one. So,
Do you
but
want the
either way,
second one?
you,
are we talking free? Because I mean, I'll play anything free.
Well, I mean, your
No,
birthday's coming up.
I'll take that back. I won't
that's a
play
big call
anything
there.
free.
Yeah, I'll give you a
Uh,
game.
no,
I just threw
I'm
away a
actually.
copy of Anthem. Would you like
I
that?
think I think I'm
oh
gonna have
my
to. I think I'm
gosh.
gonna have to take that back because
Oh.
I thought about that as it came out, and I was like, wait a second,
Yeah,
that's not.
he did take it back. He took it back quick.
Anthem was supposed to be so good. They had
It
such a
was.
good thing. The movement in that
Mhm.
game was phenomenal, but the lack of replayability just murdered it into the
Agree.
ground. But that movement
Mhm.
in that game is phenomenal. They did
The
such good work with the way you moved around that map.
Yeah,
I
the
loved
best
I
Yeah.
loved
experience
every
of
part
like
about that.
playing Iron Man, that's what it was. It was amazing. I actually really enjoyed it, and then yeah, like you said, the replayability just sucked. So,
Mm,
because I bought that one when it came out, but I just threw it away like 2 days
That one,
ago because
that one's done, right? 'Cause they're not.
I
It's
don't
done. Like,
They
they're not
I
adding to it,
don't know if
right?
it's still on. Yeah, they're
No,
not adding
it's
anymore.
gone. It's gone. They talked
Yeah.
about doing like a cyberpunk-ish type, like we fixed it, we promise, or for better words, No Man's Sky, right? Like how No
Oh
Man's
Yeah.
yeah.
Sky was just
Mm-hmm.
that like in the toilet, and they're like, 2 years later, we fixed it. This is the game we told you we were gonna make. Haha,
Right.
play it now. And then now No Man's Sky is, one of the best games out right now when it comes to that genre because they're doing a great job. But
mhm.
they
Hmm.
talked about it with Anthem, but I don't think anybody wants to touch that. That's a really, really, really deep hole you have to dig yourself out of, and I just don't think anyone wants to mess with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad. Sad
Well,
news.
sad
Yep.
news from the video
Take the
games.
movement,
Except for
move it to
Arcade
a quick
again.
game.
What,
Take the
what'd you
Well,
say?
movement,
yeah, that's
move
true.
it.
What'd you say, Chris?
Just take the movement and move it to a different game. Take all
Yeah.
that good data and move
All
it
the
to
good
another
stuff.
game.
Yeah.
All the good
Build
stuff.
the hype up on a new one. Yeah, that's a good idea.
It should for sure. Well, we're gonna move on to tabletop games. Well, you guys can take it away again. I mean, you guys are talking about another game. I think we talked about a little bit last week too. But
Did we talk about
Villainous.
it?
Yeah,
Oh,
we did.
Villainous. I was probably
It was a
excited
bit,
for it.
it was
Oh yeah.
Villainous, but it was more about like custom stuff on Villainous.
Yeah. So I got Chris and his girlfriend to play the game with my wife and my sisters and her fiance, and so we had a 6-player game, which like is great. And so I was really excited about it. The thing is, it did take us what 4 hours,
I,
Chris, like 3-4 hours just to get through with that many people
I
sitting
think it was
around.
close to 3, like 2.5, 3 for yeah,
2.5,
for
3, yeah. So
sure two, for sure
what?
two, guaranteed hard to.
Yeah. Yeah, because we had to do. Oh, it took like 45 minutes just to get set up and get the rules out. But
I mean, that kind of sounds like an intense game of clicks, if you ask me.
it
I mean,
kind
we
of
played that.
is. It's less setup overall. A little bit less rules, and all the rules are like per character. So you kind of sit in your little layer, and you 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 just what's the word? You just think about your schemes so much.
Yeah.
You get caught up like, what do I have to do to win? What do I have to do to win? And then you look over and someone like, are you winning? Are you about to win? Or I got to screw this person over. And so you play the villain, and it's a ton of fun. The games usually don't go that long.
Well,
I
I think it's
kind of
only
like it.
four people, but I know you can add more people like that, but I think the box says like 2 to 4 or something.
Well,
But
yeah,
then obviously the more you add,
yeah,
the longer it's going to take for sure.
each box comes with 3 characters, so really it's like a 3-player game.
Well, they have
Uh,
the main kits have like
oh, that's
6,
true.
right? Or is it
The main
5?
one, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But either way, but I mean, you
the
can play them.
expansions
That's
have three.
fine. Hmm.
Yeah, and we looked at like the homemade ones that my sister got as a gift. Like one of them was Mr. Burns, and they actually 3D print like the figures, and they look pretty good. But we didn't
That's
play
pretty
as
cool.
them
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
if you had won with that character, then it would have never counted with the home
There an
rules.
asterisk on your tally.
Yeah, and I definitely would make up home rules as we are going. Like
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
that's
now,
not
turns
cheating though.
over.
Yeah, I know that's legal.
But anyways, I wanted to get Chris's thoughts on it because it was his first game playing that game, and it's become like my family's one of our favorites. So, what'd you think of it?
Oh, way to lead with it. It's a family favorite, then I loved it. I absolutely loved every minute of it. If it's a
Please
family
be
favorite.
honest.
No, I just for me it was slow, right? I think remember how at the end I kind of made the suggestion if we put like a timer on it. I
Yes.
know that was my girlfriend and I, it was our first time, so we were still learning, and you guys were just trying to be gracious hosts. But for me, it's like it was fun, but then it became too long. It was like Monopoly, right? It's like, oh, this is fun, and it's like, okay, like can we just
Yep.
can we get through this? But the idea, you're right, it's phenomenal. I loved it. I love the idea of it. It's just when a good thing lasts too long, is it a good thing? Right? Like it
Yeah,
just
I
felt like
get
it
what you're
went,
saying.
too long for me
Y-
personally.
Yeah, I think, and that's what I was saying. Like games normally don't take that long, like those villainous games. But this is probably the biggest group I've played with,
Mhm.
and you guys had just started, so we were like going slow, and we're trying to help you out. I think we started the timer rule when we would play HeroClix. Like
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had to
it's a
start.
must.
Yeah, we
So
bring a chess timer, and that was
Yeah.
helping out a lot.
it helped out a lot. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. Next time we'll do a timer when we play. So it adds to it too, right? Like you have what 2-3 minutes
Yeah.
to make a move. Like you got to go. So
Yeah,
Yeah, and you got to be thinking about it ahead of time.
and if you know how to play, it's definitely a bit quicker. Because I know when
Yeah.
I've only played twice, but each time it seems like every time once I learn what to do, my turns become quicker and quicker. So it's there's not a whole lot to do on your turn usually, at least in Villainous. This is what I've noticed in Villainous,
Mm.
because you only have a couple things you can do depending on where your space is.
right.
But yeah, but when you're learning though, it's like trying to figure out like when you could do this and also remembering things because I know I kept forgetting stuff when I was doing like, oh yeah, I can't attack because I'm not in the right square or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
That's
and so
exactly
trying
right.
to
Yeah.
because that
The
happens a lot.
area. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's good. It's like you could do 4 moves at a time. The thing is
Yeah.
too, there is a Marvel one with Marvel
Yes,
villains.
that's the only
I
ones
don't.
I've played. Is the
Oh,
Marvel
really?
ones. I've never done the
Oh,
Disney ones.
I
Yeah.
haven't done the Marvel ones. I'm jealous now.
Oh, I did Thanos the first time and then Ultron the second time.
Gosh,
So
man, they went for the little villains, I guess. Jeez Louise.
They also the ones we were playing with had like Loki and Hela and
Oh, so like the
um
movies ones.
yeah, they had some other side ones like the Taskmaster's also a movie one now though at this point. There was somebody else I
Yeah.
can't remember what their name was, but they were not from anything I've noticed. I had to look her up,
Oh
and I
wow.
don't remember her name now.
Oh,
So,
okay, so
but yeah, I enjoy the game. I would like to play it more, but I just haven't had lots of chances. So I'll have to give
yeah,
it a shot more often. But
yeah,
anyways,
I recommend it.
any other bits on that one?
Not for me, Chris. You? You there?
Did
Yeah,
we
I'm
lose
sorry.
him?
No, I always mute out of courturity, just a streamer habit, right? Like when people are talking, I mute out of habit just in case like I cough or something. So I was talking to
Yeah.
myself there. So the girlfriend loved the game. So we'll
Oh,
definitely have to
okay.
play it some more. Like she said, I know my sister has it too. So I know we've played it before because when we came home, I talked to her about it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. It kind of like dawned on me as we were playing through it that I had seen this before. I just couldn't figure out where it was. But like I said, the girlfriend loved it, the idea. I'm sure when we get our own space, it'll be a staple game in our little game room too as well. But for the lack
Cool.
of better words, yeah, we loved it. A little bit more pace for me, but other than
No,
that,
I
I
agree.
enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Being Lotso the bear was actually quite funner than I expected.
The
Yeah.
other guy in Marvel, by the way, was Killmonger. Alan. I looked it
Oh
up.
yeah, Killmonger. That was the other one. There's one other
Black
one.
Panther, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't remember who it was.
I don't even
Uh,
remember Killmonger. Like,
that wasn't the
one of
one
the
I
best
forgot. I was
films.
actually thinking some. It was a woman, and I can't remember her name. She was in this expansion
Uh-huh.
pack.
Oh, it's
Um,
probably Scarlet Witch, right? Because
no, it wasn't
no
Scarlet
one's heard of
Witch.
her.
No, definitely wasn't Scarlet Witch. Either way, uh, our indie of the week now. Um, Salt and Sacrifice. I haven't played this, and we were having a hoot that it was by a studio called Ska Studios.
Yeah.
So that's interesting on its own. But I think it was Chris here who had actually played this game.
Yeah.
So what is this game, Chris?
It's a sequel to Salt and Sacrifice, and that was a
No,
game that my
Sanctuary.
again Salt and Sanctuary. Yes, I'm sorry. Salt and Sanctuary is the first one. Thank you for the correction.
Yeah.
It was a
Not
game
confusing at all.
no, not at all. It's salt and something, right? Salt and
Yeah.
pepper. I don't know. It's something. But it was a game that my older brother and I we played back in the day. Uh, and we saw that Sacrifice was out. And we wanted to give it a shot. So what it is a 2D side-scrolling Souls-like game. So it's the same thing you would think of like Elden Ring or Dark Souls or anything like that. It's this. It plays the same exact way, but in a 2D side scroller
Um,
and a more. It's kind of hard to explain the art style, but a very very unique art style, almost like
Yeah.
it's like hand drawn in.
have you played Hollow Knight?
I have played Hollow Knight, yes. So it would be like that, but
Okay, because that's that
yeah,
one's a lot of people consider that one a Souls like as well. So I was curious if it was
yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So it was from the creator who made, I don't know if you ever heard of like Charlie Murder. That's a good game too as well, kind of like a side scroller beat 'em up game too. But just a very very unique way to play a Souls like game with very very unique mechanics. um it's the
Hmm.
same whether you're picking your class, you're picking, you know, what you were banished for. Like I was banished for like alchemy or arson or things like that, so it's the same kind of process. But it just a very unique way to play a 2D site, a Souls game, because you're used to having the rolling and all the
Hmm.
movement, but they take all that away when they put you on a 2D platform. So it's a little
Yeah,
bit
that just sounds
different.
impossible now.
It is
uh,
difficult. It is a
it is.
difficult game. I played the
It
first one at least.
Yeah, and then you don't have all the cool movement like in Hollow Knight. Like you just get your standard fat roll, right? You get your single jump, right? You have your stamina bar. So it's not like you have a bunch of other space to move around. So it's really, really strategic on how you're doing. Your blocks, your parries are very huge because you don't have any plane to really dodge to, right? You
Yeah.
try to roll through for your iframes. So it's a very clever way and take on that genre, and it was just something that we found 5 years ago with Sanctuary, and then Sacrifice came out. We're like, hey, we sat down and couch co-op the first one. We got to do it again. So
Oh, it's co-op. I mean, you
yeah, oh
kind
yeah,
of hinted at it but
yes,
yeah, I
yes.
didn't realize it was co-op. That's pretty cool.
The first one, Sanctuary, was couch co-op only. So I would drive over to my brother's house like twice a week, and we would put like 4 hours in at a time, and we worked our way through it. But with Sacrifice, it's online, so we've
Oh,
been playing online.
Nice.
Speaking of, I actually think we're gonna do a stream of that Friday. Honest,
oh,
he wanted
excellent.
to. We
Oh,
had to get
cool.
back into it, so on Friday, I think we're gonna fire it up and get a nice little, probably like a 5 hour run, because you need some time to get rolling in that game.
Yeah, like Elden Ring.
Yes.
Like you're
Yeah.
saying, like those Souls games, you got to get rolling. It
Your
does.
first
I'm looking at the screenshots for the new one, and it looks a lot better than Sanctuary. Just like the artwork looks a little cleaned up. The character itself just looks a little bit like more dynamic with the armor and stuff. Am I mistaken in that? Like, or does it look a little bit better from what you could recall?
No, it's from Ska Studio, but it's one guy and his wife that kind of put the whole game together. So they
Okay.
took what they had from the first one, and like you said, just really focused on revamping it, giving it a cleaner, polished look. Because the game pretty much plays the exact same way, so they didn't really have to change any of the mechanics. So they spent a lot of time on the story and a lot of time on how the game looks, so that, you know, you can't really up the graphics on a 2D game. So you
Right.
really want to make sure that your art style is what really makes your game pop. And eye catching. So they put a lot of time into making sure that their art style stayed the way and stayed true to what they wanted, but still popped and made the characters more, like you said, more dynamic, because you only have so many directions you can go when you have 2D, and you only have so many things you can do.
Right. That's cool. I
It's
Believe it or
that's cool.
not, I had this game on the Switch. I found it. I found
Oh,
it at a
oh
GameStop.
man.
I know, you love it. It's great. It's perfect when you're laying in bed. It's a good little 2D little Switch game. I ended up selling it though, and it is a rare game. A physical copy. It goes for about $100 for that game now on Switch.
Sacrifice or
Yeah, the first
Sanctuary?
one. The first
Oh
one,
wow,
Sanctuary. Yeah,
Sanctuary. Holy.
yeah. I had no idea, and I was like, well, I'll just download it if I ever want to play it. So I sold that thing. So
Nice.
just a little side note.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're
that
going to make
sounds
a physical release of this one.
it sounds pretty cool. Sounds like you guys are another Souls game. That's cool. I'm not a huge into the hard games, but
But
but cool.
dude, you beat Elden Ring.
It
You're
has
in
been.
the club now.
Saying that, and I keep telling you, I had my hand held through the entire game.
Every like 75% of the people that beat that
Yeah,
game did as
it's
well.
like
So
Well,
the
good for
majority of them.
them.
I haven't beat
I'm
it.
just
I
yeah.
haven't
Well,
beat it.
You haven't beat it yet either, Chris? Yeah, see?
No, I have not.
Do you plan on beating it?
I plead the fifth. I'm not going to put that in recording.
it took me
Next question,
20
sir.
hours, even 20 hours, 100 hours. There we go. Yeah, to beat that
20
game.
hours.
20 hours. I just flew through it.
I did see a speed
No,
run where they glitched the heck out of it in
yeah,
Yeah.
I
a
think
couple
that at
hours.
the end they were at like no, at the end I think they're at a couple minutes.
Yeah, there
For
was some
beating it.
crazy
Those,
ones.
yeah. Well,
That
I
was
like them.
pretty
I like to
crazy
see
one.
them do a little bit of the game, like like not just fully glitch it out, but like jump over walls
Yeah,
that you're not supposed to jump over. I like that.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's always fun to watch.
All right. Well, we'll head over to our soapboxes, and I for should have announced this at the beginning. We're gonna do like a little Obi-Wan spoilers at the end. So I'll announce that before we get there, and we'll talk about that. But for
Yes.
now,
Spoiler
uh,
alert! It stinks.
well, I'll give you a spoiler alert before we start it.
Wow.
But anyways, well, we could start with what is this? What is this deepdiscount.com
Okay.
thing?
Okay. Cool. So, you know me, I buy lots of video games, and I'm able to resell
Yes.
them at a faster pace now. So, all is good in my little kingdom over here. But I also follow. We talked about this before. Wario64, and there's one called Cheap Ass Gamer on Twitter that just post out video game deals every day, all day long, random deals on Amazon and all that. And one of them posted, I think it was the Cheap Ass Gamer posted, Deep Discount had like a big video game sale going on. So I click on it, like, what is this? And they had games for like $3 or $4, like Switch games, PS4 games. And I'm looking through, and the fine print is like they may not come with the regular artwork. It might just be a disc only thing. But like for the prices, like Metroid Dread was like $25. I was like, well, even just for the cart of Metroid Dread, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I
It's a
think I
good deal.
spent like $100, and I ended up getting 19 games,
Whoa.
and like
Yeah.
half of those were Switch games. Yeah, so like I got the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection on Switch for like $6. I got Adventure Time. I know Alan likes that one.
I do like that game. I haven't played the game, but I do like the show. Yeah.
I hear the games are bad, but it was like
Yeah,
$3.99.
there's only like a handful that are okay, but
I
yeah,
got
I don't know about that one.
the new Super Monkey Ball. Chris and I have played that one, but
Yeah.
this is the new one, Super Bomberman. And then on PlayStation, I got Bloodstain, the Ritual of the Night one, Jedi Fallen Order. I think I got for like $4.99 on PS4. I got Cars 3 for the kids, of course, for the kids.
Yeah, for the kids.
Always for the kids.
Of course. Here's the downside though. So I got Spider-Man on PS4. It said when I bought it, it was the Game of the Year edition. That's
Mhm.
supposed to have the DLC in it. Well, I didn't get
Yeah.
the Game of the Year edition. I just got the
Oh,
base one. So
Oh,
it's like, oh well, whatever. And they ended up canceling Metroid because it was out of stock, even though I'd already paid for it. And I had to
that's
call them.
unfortunate.
I had to call them to get my refund on it.
jeez.
So I was like, is it a good deal? I'm gonna say
Yeah.
no. Ultimately, no, because I had to call just to get my money back.
Uh,
Yeah, that's frustrating.
That's not a
Yeah.
yeah.
good thing.
Frustrating.
And then yeah, and I got Spider-Man. There's another one. Oh, I got Witcher 3, which was supposed to be the gold edition. It was supposed to be that one, but no, it's just the
Yeah.
base game.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I was like, it's still worth it for those games because they were like $3 or $4.
Yeah.
Um, but like when the product's not as described, that's a no. It's a no for me, dog.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, you
um,
pride yourself on being integritous. Like when I sell my games, I'm selling what I'm
right.
saying. So when
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
getting the opposite, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Now they were all sealed, which is
Oh, that's
weird
good.
because they're supposed to be pre-owned, but there is a sticker inside the seal that says this is
Huh?
pre-owned. So yeah, they must have a resealer, and it's a good one.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's a
Okay, okay,
really good
cool.
one. So there's pros and cons. I would say don't go to deepdiscount.com. But I
Mm.
forgot I bought it, and it came today. I'm like, what did I buy? Oh crap! Kind of a nice surprise, but also annoying because I didn't get Metroid Dread
Yeah.
for $25. So yeah, that's my soapbox. Don't go on deepdiscount.com.
All right, sounds good. Um, I guess I could do mine real quick. It's something just a little something that's been happening recently. Well, first of all, uh, a new album came out by a little unknown band called Coheed and Cambria. And
Oh
I'm not,
yeah,
yeah, not many people know about them. I'm pretty sure I discovered them just now. Uh,
We're gonna make
but
them big on this.
Putting them
I'll
in
make them
Yes.
big. I'll make them big.
right now.
But no, so they came with an album about a month ago, and I started listening to it pretty heavily. And it had been a little while since I had actually listened to the band at all. I've actually never been like a really big fan of theirs, uh, but I was really enjoying this album, so I started digging more into their discography and their catalog. And while doing so, I discovered like this whole sci-fi epic that apparently the singer slash songwriter had been writing on the side. So each album is like connected to this huge, either a comic book or a novel or something that actually. So the album itself is like saying this story, and then he redid it in a graphic novel afterwards, and it just got me on this weird rabbit hole that I've been on for a while. That I've
You
been
do love
for about
those.
a month now, and so it's like I've been going through each album and reading the appropriate uh, novelization afterwards, and also like reading all the lyrics, the songs. Been pretty intense, but even though I said that they're new, they're pretty old. I mean, if you didn't know that. So it's been pretty interesting finding this band that I heard about in like high school and never even thought twice about it.
Right.
And then now I'm just like down this crazy this story right now, which has been really blowing my mind. Um, and so I don't
So
know. I just
their albums have a story in them.
so each album except for one. There's one that's unique, but each album actually has a chapter or a portion of this story that's been happening in this universe that the singer's been creating since the band started. In
Huh.
fact, Coheed and Cambria are the villains in the first
What?
story, which is in the first album. Um,
So do the songs tie into it, or more of like
yes, all the songs tie into it too.
what?
It's
You've
fascinating. Trust me.
piqued my interest. I've
It
now tuned
Yes,
is.
in completely. I'm intrigued.
that's
Yes, it is.
crazy.
It has been fascinating, especially like I was like listening to him a lot because I was just into the music, and then when I found that out, I started reading, and then I would listen to the music again, and I would start hearing all these names and stuff that are characters in the story or things that happen in the story, and so it's all connected. It's been
What?
it's been nuts, yeah, and even the so in the last two albums are there a separate story, but they're in the same universe. So so there's basically even more to it is what I'm getting at.
And do
Uh
they have like quite a few albums, right?
oh yeah, they have I was looking at on Spotify here. They have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I think about 8 albums.
Mm-hmm.
I think Voxus is their eighth, Voxus 2. Which yeah, so I'm about to read the graphic novel for the third album right now and connect that together. And there hasn't been a graphic novel for the fourth album yet, but he's actually halfway through writing it. And so these graphic novels have actually
Oh, okay.
been taking a while to come out
I gotcha. Yeah.
because he's not only a full-time artist musician but also trying to do this side story at the same time. And
Yeah.
the twoest new albums, if you bought the collector's edition, it came with these big coffee books with like all this art and the story of what is on those albums.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, it's
That's
it has
cool.
been nuts. So if you like to go down crazy sci-fi rabbit holes of
Sir, that is a bear cave. That is
yeah,
not a rabbit hole.
it really
That is
is.
a bear cave.
I have it's
That
been
is a bear
fascinating
cave.
just doing all this research because yeah, it's just been nuts. So it's good music too, obviously,
Yeah.
but it's just been like
I liked most of
I,
their
my
like the
What
my
kind of
big hits.
music is it?
mind has been blown by how much depth is involved in these albums. I've never come across a band that's had so much involved in their songwriting. Um,
Chris, did you ask what kind of music?
oh
Yes, I
yeah,
did.
like it's like they're like a metal prog rock.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah. You probably heard some of the stuff, their earlier stuff, because I know they were like on the radio a lot for a
Yeah,
while.
and they were
And then
on
one of the bands
Rock
that kind of like
Band.
yeah, they're on Rock Band as well. They kind of faded back a little bit, but they still have like a huge following.
Okay.
Yeah,
Obviously.
they built up enough to where they still have, I'm sure they
Yeah,
sell
because
out and
I
stuff.
remember like somebody showed me their CD in high school, and I was like, all right, whatever. It's just more of
Yeah,
that emo
same.
stuff that I don't
Yeah,
really care
same.
about right
I
now.
was like, okay, that's a good song. But the rest, whatever, yeah.
Yeah. But so now I've been like like even the symbol, like their symbol is like a whole thing that's in the comic and everything. It's like it all means something, which is
Oh,
the nuts part.
see, yeah, I've heard of groups doing like an album that's all linked in together with a story or
Yeah,
something, but not like their entire discography. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's
that's
so crazy.
wild. That's so cool.
It's been a
That's
wild
next
experience.
level planning. Yeah, that's next level like artistry
Yeah,
too. Because discography that large, you said like 8 albums. That's
Yeah.
years. That is years of
yeah,
work.
Hmm.
Yes. They
Like to
their
keep
first
all it
album came
together.
out oh, that's not even accurate. This one says 2002, but I think that was the remake. But yeah. So
Oh
they've been
yeah,
doing this
probably
for
their
a
like
while. They only have
remaster.
one album, which I think is called The Color Before the Sun. I think that's the one that one's actually not a part of the epic,
Mm. Hmm.
but the rest of it is all pieces of it. It's like there's the first four albums are the Armory Wars, and then you have the next one which is a prequel, and then the next one which is another prequel, and then you have the newest ones that are like in the future but a different story. It's but yeah. But
He's got a
anyways,
really unique voice too, the singer.
he
Like
does, yes. It is something. Like I remember making fun of it in high school. I remember that.
same.
Yeah, but I think most people did. But it's a good
Imagine that.
voice. Yeah,
Imagine that Twitter post. That didn't age well.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh
That
my
didn't age
gosh,
well.
yeah. For reals.
Band sucks. Like, oh my god, this band's amazing. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
sir, remember way back when you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember way back
Oh
when?
yeah. I mean, I never like bagged on them a ton, but yes, I did. I just never got into them for sure. But either way, yeah, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, it's a fun one, but it's a dense one. There's a lot. There's a lot there.
That's
And
cool.
yeah, it's been pretty fun. But anyways, so down to our Obi-Wan show spoilers. So we're gonna talk about Obi-Wan again. Everybody's here now, and Chris. So we're gonna break this down literally because I think Kyle hates it. I don't know
Yeah.
about Tomas. I think he doesn't
Chris,
like it either.
Chris, did you
no, I
have a
don't like it.
soapbox of your own, or
You
we're
want to
just gonna.
hold Obi-Wan down? Oh yeah, yeah. Chris, did you have something you want to talk about? I'm sorry, I just.
Uh, um, no, I don't think so. Uh, I
Mike
guess I
isn't.
just if I want to just take a quick like 2 minutes, it's just I'm happy to be back to work, man. I like working with kids and things like that. So when I was at work today doing all the registrations the last 3 days for our sixth, seventh, and eighth graders, it's just really cool to see some of the kids that lost their way. Some of our kids that got expelled and things like that are making their way back onto campus. And that's huge for me because COVID shut everything. Excuse me, COVID shut everything down. So a lot of kids have been, you know, not having a place or feeling not that they don't have a place. So starting seeing old old faces but new faces because they're growing up and they look different coming back through the door. So it's just one of those things where you work in a place long enough, you start to see you see kids, change and grow. I mean, you even see, kids you coached or 5 years ago, and then like their brother and sisters coming in. So that happened to me the other day. One of my athletes that I coached like 5 years ago, he came in with his nieces, and it was just like one of those flashbacks. Like he owns his own business, so it's just one of those things where you stay in a place long enough, you start to see different generations and life happen in front of you, and sometimes you just
Yeah.
forget that it happens, man. Like with or without you, it's happening, and it's so cool to be a part of some of those journeys. And it's just one of those things that I enjoy truly about my job. So um, that's my soapbox. It's just one of those things that it's a nuance, out of body experience where
Yeah.
you have so much influence on an individual's life, and you just don't know it until they show
Yeah.
it, right? You don't know it
Yeah.
until they show it because you
Yeah.
just don't know.
And you guys are both teachers too, so you guys like you get to experience it on a whole another level in a way. Because if you don't see, if we don't see each other for like a year or so, uh, most likely they're probably gonna look exactly the same. But these kids, like they're growing. I mean, they're
Yeah.
growing inches every year. Their faces and features are changing. It's got to be pretty intense. That's awesome. Get
Indeed.
to see
Yeah. And
these
when they're
people grow
yeah.
into adults.
Yeah, and when their attitudes change too, or just their demeanor,
Mhm.
Oh
that's what's
man.
wild. You're like,
That
oh,
maturity pill, they swallow
yeah,
that maturity pill, they finally choke it down
finally, yeah. Oh,
after you try to hide it in bologna and freaking put it in a piece of cake, and they keep spitting it out, right? You try to hold their mouth shut and massage their throat so yeah, when that maturity pill finally goes down, oh man. Oh, that's a good feeling. Real
yeah,
good feeling.
yeah. When they grow up, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't think it was gonna happen. Honestly, sometimes you're like, I don't know if this one's gonna make it.
This one's a lost hope. Throw it back.
Throw it back into the
This one in the
water.
broken bin, right? This one's in the broken bin. We can't do anything for this one.
But they
Can't do
most of
anything.
they end up making it one way or another.
A lot of them do. A lot of them do.
Yeah,
Awesome. For sure.
good soapbox.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is
I,
just heartfelt.
Yeah,
Lovely. Now let's beat the crap out of Obi-Wan.
yeah.
So
I'm.
build, break, build, baby. My motto. Build
Yeah, it's
something up,
true.
break it down.
Break it
Build, break.
right down.
all right. So here's your spoiler warning. So we're just gonna let it all go. So you've been warned. All right. So who wants to start first? Who liked what or
How
didn't
about
like?
that lightsaber battle? I thought that was phenomenal.
The at the end
I,
of this
Oh,
I
series,
thought it was
The
so
last
good.
one, right?
the last
go,
one.
Yeah,
go home.
between Obi and Darth Vader, I just thought they went all out. I think there could have been more to it, but just how the
Yeah.
series started off so slow, and then they kind of just jumped right in. You're like, oh, like I've been waiting for this, right? So I think
Right.
that's kind of where I got those endorphins because I waited for some sort of battle to happen. It is almost like he tried to avoid conflict way too much. So when he finally said, you know what, let's get it on. I was excited for it. I do agree with Tomas that it could have been so many other things, but I think it was just that they left us so thirsty for action
Mm.
that I was like,
Mm.
oh, a nice little drink, and that was probably all it was.
That's a good point.
Just enough to wet the whistle. But it was like, dude, that was underwhelming, extremely
Yeah,
underwhelming.
yeah,
Yeah, what frustrated me about it was not the fight scene at all. The fight scene was good when we were there. Like, I liked it. I really liked the difference in Vader's fighting like Alan, you were saying, like when he's Vader, he's much more aggressive. He hits harder. You could see it. You could see it, and it was great. But then they do this stupid thing where they tease a fight for you for how many episodes, and then when you're finally sitting ready to deliver, they go, "Oh wait, but let's go back to Anakin. I mean, not Anakin. Let's go back to Luke real quick
Yeah,
because this lady got stabbed twice and is still walking around."
that was yeah. I was so upset with that. Like you didn't
Yeah,
have to stab her. Like you didn't have.
That's
yeah.
that's why I guess
So
that's why
I,
Qui-Gon was such a bad character. Is that you know he just got stabbed once, and this lady got stabbed twice. She was an unknown variable that nobody really knew about, and
He was
and
It
she's
was one and
getting
done.
stabbed.
yeah, like,
It's like,
but
oh, I
that's
guess I'll die now.
that's what just got me. That's what just got me all worked up. Is like, I'm. I was sitting there. I was like watching it. I didn't really like the whole thing as it was, and then when they like started, when they brought back this stupid other Inquisitor too, I was like, well, wait, what's
Yeah,
going on?
and they didn't
But
explain it at all.
yeah, like it just made no sense. And then they don't use him. It's
At
like
all.
I thought I thought when he came back, I was like, oh well, we're gonna have like a warm-up fight scene with him, and then he's gonna go
Yeah,
after Vader.
right?
And then it was like,
No, we forgot to write a story. Is what it
yeah.
felt like.
And then it's like, so I see what you're saying, Chris, because yeah, I was there for the action, but it was just, I feel like it was just a really poor directing choice, or maybe it was the editor's choice. I don't know, but I think it was a poor choice for them to go, yeah, but let's mix up the good action with this plot that everyone knows
Right,
nothing's gonna happen to Luke.
right.
We all knew nothing was gonna happen to him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
that's
was
the
no
thing.
stakes in this show. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
If you think about it, they did the same thing in Return of the Jedi, but like you said, Alan, the stakes were like, I don't know if the rebels
yeah,
were going to win, if Luke was going to beat Darth Vader. Like those stories were going on, and they were cutting back and forth, but the tension was there, right? You're like,
exactly.
I
The
don't know.
tension was still there.
And like
Yeah,
with Luke, you're like, well, he's going to be in the next movie, so nothing's going to happen.
yeah. So
And
why are
she's
we
not in
going
any
back
of the
to
other
her?
movies, so obviously she's not going to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like,
true.
why are we going back to her? It's just yeah. So that's what frustrated me, because to begin with, I didn't really like the Obi-Wan. I thought he seemed kind of. I mean, I understand that he failed with Anakin, and that probably got him down in the dumps. But
That's one way to
I don't know.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Yeah.
I mean,
Just kicking
I mean,
sand.
I
Oh,
mean, I don't
shucks.
know. I mean, I don't know. I just felt like for most of the movie, he was such a reluctant hero that he wasn't a hero.
It was
You
too
know what I
far.
mean?
It was too far of what we saw him in the other movies, right? Like I get
Yeah,
yeah, like you said, like he was upset a little bit and reluctant to fight a little bit, but he was almost like completely bastardized. Like
yeah,
there's nothing, and then he just whips out like, oh, by the way, I'm still stronger than Vader, who's been
yeah,
killing people on like, left and right. So it's just like
yeah.
I don't know. No, yeah, you haven't been keeping up
Like,
with your training at all. So that bugged me. What were you gonna say, Alan?
it's also so weird that, like, I mean, doesn't really make any sense. Okay, so you have, Vader, Obi-Wan versus Vader originally, and so he lets him live. He knows he's already killed younglings and crap, so why are we letting him live? But maybe it's a
Yeah,
poor judgment. Now he's get a second chance to take
yeah,
out this guy that's obviously killing people, obviously causing problems. Yet again, he's just like, nah,
just
I'm
walk
just gonna
away.
leave. I'm just gonna walk away now.
Yeah,
Uh,
You've learned your
yeah,
lesson.
it's like, what? You
what
you you know you,
they
you
could
screwed
have
up the
done
first
though,
time.
that they could have done is stabbed him. He could have stabbed him, and like
He
those other characters, that he could have just made it through. You know,
Or
I
or
mean,
sucked it
what
up.
they could
he
have
did
done,
fall into a river of lava and walk away. I mean,
or what they
yeah,
could have done if they really wanted to make a reason for Vader to get away and for Obi-Wan to actually try and finish the job, is they could have thrown in that stupid Inquisitor that
yeah,
they just
and
resurrected.
bailed him out.
Yeah, and then had Vader
That was
just go,
so
I'm
weird
leaving.
too. It's like, oh, I'm still alive. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Why? Why does this matter?
I
Surprise!
don't know how.
I get to stab you too. Yeah.
I specifically remember, like, okay, next episode they're gonna say why and how. Like, I need to know
Right?
how he survived,
Like,
and they
because he mattered so
nothing,
much.
nothing. Like
It
every
was
time,
because he was the rebels character, right? So like that's the only reason
Yeah,
why they had
I
to go like,
guess.
I'm still alive.
so why did they put
I
him in at all? And
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Reva, like
I don't
they
know.
should have been one or the other.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, they should have just left Reva in there. That was fine, but they really I think they just wanted to tickle the Rebels fans to be like, oh look, you got your dude in there. We acknowledge Rebels exists.
But from what I heard, that he looked ridiculous compared to the cartoon.
He did, yes.
Just-
He,
Oh, yeah,
he did
he
look,
does.
they botched it.
Yeah.
so,
Oops. Should have just CGI'd that guy, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I hate that, but you should have.
So hey, we've seen the animatronics at Disneyland. We know you could have done better. Knock it off.
Yeah, see?
yeah. For
You got
sure.
a Spider-Man
Good
flying
point
through
on
the air at your park right now. So please tell me you could do a lot
Well-
better than that.
Exactly.
Well, see, that's one of the things that kind of frustrates me with Star Wars, that I don't get quite the same frustration with Marvel. Marvel has almost gotten boring with its consistency.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a good way to say it. Yeah.
like
Mhm.
it's almost gotten
see that.
too. It's almost gotten too
I
predictable.
still enjoy him though, but yeah, I can
Yeah,
see what you're
I
saying.
still-
Yeah.
I still enjoy him. Like, I went and saw Thor Ragnarok. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to say I went and saw it way better than the last few of Thor. Like,
Wow, we gotta talk about that, but okay, all right.
I
Keep
was-
going though.
I
You
was-
said Love and Thunder was
Love and Thunder, right?
better? That's the most
he's
recent
just
one.
throwing
Love and
this.
Thunder was the
He's
most
throwing
recent
this out.
I thought it was way better. But anyways, my point in all this was that I went and saw Love and Thunder.
Okay.
I went and saw Love and Thunder, and it was nothing to be a cinematic marvel or anything, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah,
right?
it was fun, but I will
Yeah.
agree it was fun, but I would never say that it was better than the previous ones. But
Then
continue,
Ragnarok,
sorry.
easily
Yeah.
better than Ragnarok.
Oh my goodness.
But
Okay,
anyways,
all right, keep going. Sorry.
But anyways,
I'm going down that route right now.
Obi-Wan, bring it back.
but anyways, that's just my thing, is that like Marvel's gotten to the point where I'm not expecting anything amazing, but at least if I go, I know I'm going to be entertained. Whereas Star Wars, I don't expect
Yeah.
anything amazing, and I don't think I'm going to be entertained. So I don't know why I keep watching it.
Yeah, I mean the
Like-
last couple of series have not been that great, and you're right. Boba Fett was pretty flat. It had some
Yeah.
okay parts, but
Oh, I
then
forgot
Obi-Wan just
about
kind of
Boba
really
Fett.
came in flat.
Completely
What was
forgot
that?
about Boba Fett. Completely forgot about
Exactly.
Boba Fett. I even forgot that was even a thing.
Yeah.
That's right. Because
Yeah,
there's Boba
everybody
Fett
did.
after the Mandalorian, right? It was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Wow, I
It's
forgot about that.
It's Mandalorian 2.5 is how I've heard it.
Pretty
put,
much,
is
yeah.
what it is. That's when it gets good. Is when Mandalorian gets in there. So
That's pretty much where that's exactly
When
that.
Mando comes back in, it's a phenomenal show. Like it's
Yeah.
good again.
Yep.
It's like
exactly. Yeah. And
Anyways.
I think you nailed it there, right? Like, well, I'm actually like nervous to watch Star Wars stuff because I'm gonna like I
Yeah.
You don't
think
wanna
Alan
ruin
and I talked about it last time without spoilers. Like, I don't want to watch any more Star Wars stuff. Like, I want to just go get the despecialized old movies and remember why I like Star Wars in the first place, and that's
'Cause I'm
about it.
So in other words, you're it's so much saturation it's starting to taint the gene pool, is what you're saying. It's like it's just too much.
I feel
Pretty
like
much.
Star Wars is one of the few things that could be oversaturated and be all right if they actually
Yeah.
spread the love instead of just focusing on the
They've
Skywalker
got-
saga.
Yeah.
They've got a whole. How many planets? Like,
They literally
Jesus.
have a universe.
Yeah, like, come on.
The galaxy far, far away. Yeah.
Get out of the fucking desert. We've been on the desert for 3 shows or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. I'm sick of that planet.
Tatooine,
it's-
yeah.
Yeah. It's got to be fun to film at too if they do on location.
I
Oof.
doubt it. Nowadays, I doubt it. They're probably doing the because the
True.
Mandalorian they just
Sand.
do that LCD wall thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and they just
Yep.
bring in a bunch of sand and they stand on it and they put whatever in the background.
Yeah, it's cool to see, but it does kind
don't
of
know.
pull you out pretty heavily.
It
Oh,
does.
yeah. It does.
Like, to watch how it's made, yeah, it definitely pulls you out. But to actually, like, I don't know. For me, it's impressive because to me, it's such a step up from the green screen and stuff like that that
That's
I
true.
find it impressive.
It's a
It
little bit
definitely,
better.
you can definitely, yeah, it's definitely helps the actors for sure.
I'll just end my. I'll say this about Obi-Wan. It like I already said it. It makes me not want to watch any new Star Wars stuff. That's how much
Yeah,
I
Mhm,
didn't like
I
it.
get it.
So
I am
mhm.
excited for the more of the animated stuff, like the Bad Batch and the Acolyte that's supposed to come out. But I am
Mhm.
hesitant on any of the anything that has to do with the Skywalker saga anymore.
yeah, yeah.
I just don't really want to see it. I'm kind of done with that whole
Well,
saga.
they said the next one is about that Rogue One guy, right? The
Oh yeah,
I forget his
I don't
name.
remember what his name is.
Cassian.
I yeah, Cassian. I completely
Yep.
forgot that that was happening because they announced that
Yeah.
back when Rogue One was out,
Oh, really?
and yeah, and now we're what 5, 6? How far are we since Rogue One? I don't even remember now.
I don't know. I
It's
just
been a
see it on
while.
the
Too
Twitter
far.
feed. I just see it on the Twitter feed. Them
Yeah,
being
so
like, "Hey,
I mean,
next big Star
I'll
Wars."
wait till it comes out and see if they're just kind of like doing something completely different. Maybe I'll check it out, and I'll probably
It
end up
might
checking
be
it out
interesting.
anyways. But if it starts going down the Skywalker saga again, I don't know if I'm going to be as
It is.
enthusiastic.
I
I really hope
I
not.
I didn't like Rogue One. So
I
Yeah.
did. Yeah, I
yeah,
liked
I
Rogue One a
know
lot.
a lot of people like that's like the one kind of diamond in the rough with all
Yeah,
the
New
Disney
stuff.
Marvel and
Yeah.
stuff. But I remember not like you said, like I didn't have any fun with it. It's like it's so sad,
Mhm.
and you know what's going to happen
I
to
I
the
Yeah,
liked
for
it
sure.
characters.
because
Yeah.
it felt like they were actually doing something different with Star Wars. It felt like
Yeah,
we were getting a war
100%.
movie that was in the Star Wars universe. So it opened up doors that I was thinking like, oh, we're gonna do all these different types of movies in the Star Wars universe, not just focus on one style. But
Mhm.
then it's kind of turned into nope, that was the one outlier, and everything else is
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah,
So that's kind of annoying, but whatever.
Yep.
very annoying.
But anyways, unless anybody else wants to say anything else about Obi-Wan, I think we kind of let our said our piece. We'll
I think it's been buried.
rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Well
we'll
played.
try,
Yeah.
we'll get another an episode together in 2 weeks. So hopefully we'll see whoever's there again. And well, thank you for joining us again, Chris. So we'll see if we see more of you for sure.
Yeah, thanks for
And
having me, guys. This has been fun. I didn't mean to cut you off, Alan. I apologize.
oh no,
It's
you're
your show.
fine.
No, it's definitely yours. But like I said, I was on, like I said, maybe 20 episodes ago. Like I said, probably
Yeah.
around 15. So I forget how fun this is just to talk to like-minded individuals about just nerd stuff and games. It's really refreshing and fun. So I would
Yeah,
love to.
we'll have to get you on the Love and Thunder Ragnarok debate
We're definitely gonna talk
because
about that because you just opened that
Okay.
up for no reason.
Yeah,
hey
that
man, I gave you your topics for next. I gave you your
I
topics for
guess
next
You
so. We're
episode.
definitely
basically
gonna have to
threw
do
a
a cast
hand
on that
grenade
one.
and you threw a hand grenade and ran. You knew it was gonna blow up too. You knew that was a hot topic. You wasn't talking like tacos or you knew it was gonna be a hot topic. You knew it was gonna like, ruffle feathers. You threw a grenade and ran back. You giggled. You're like grenade. It's like yeah, you knew. You knew what you were
You
doing.
Well,
knew.
For
No,
sure.
but again, I do appreciate the invite. Hopefully, I get another one sooner than another 35 episodes. But I
Always,
do
sir.
truly
Yes.
enjoy.
Yes.
I do enjoy it with being with you guys, talking to you guys. This is like again, this is really, really good fun. I love what you guys have going on here. So again, I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure having you, and we will talk to you, everyone else next time. Goodbye.
bye.
Bye.